My name is Jonathan. I work as a technician at a public school, handling cameras, microphones, alarms, simple stuff, nothing too serious. But one day, this job changed my life forever. It was a late evening. Everyone had already left. I was doing my final walkthrough checking the halls. As I passed near the coat room, I heard something crying, faint, trembling. A child's voice. I stopped, listened. It was coming from behind the door. I used my key and slowly opened it. In the dark corner of the room, there was a boy. He was crouched down, hiding his face in his arms, shaking. I stepped closer and asked softly, "Hey, are you okay?" He lifted his head. My heart dropped. His face was bruised, eyes swollen, skin pale. "Who did this to you?" I asked gently. He looked at me for a moment, then whispered, "Please don't tell anyone. If you do, it'll get worse." That stare, I still see it when I close my eyes. I checked the surveillance recordings later that night. The coat room had a hidden camera, and what I saw broke me. That boy, his name was Sam Roberts, had been in that room many times, sitting alone, holding his arms, rocking back and forth. I saved the footage and transferred it to a flash drive. The next day, I went straight to the police. But they didn't care. "We can't open a case unless a parent files a complaint," they said. Later that day, my office was broken into. My computer was stolen. The flash drive was gone. The security cameras had been turned off. That night, I found a note taped to my front door. "You know too much." A few days later, the news reported a missing boy, an abandoned warehouse on the edge of town. The body of a 7-year-old was found. It was Sam. They ruled it an accident. "He must have fallen," they said. But I didn't believe them. I couldn't. So I called someone I trusted, an investigative journalist named Sarah Green. She had worked on child abuse cases before. I showed her the footage, the photos, the file I managed to keep. And what we uncovered next was darker than anything I had imagined. Sarah and I started digging. We visited the neighborhood where Sam had lived, spoke to neighbors, teachers, anyone who might have noticed something. One neighbor told us, "That boy always looked scared. Before entering the house, he'd stop, look around, then quietly step inside." We heard shouting from that house, sometimes even late at night. Sam's father had died in a car crash 2 years ago. His mother, Ashley, had recently remarried a man named Vic Bennett. Vic wasn't his father. He was his nightmare. We found old complaints buried in social services files. Vic had previously lived with another woman and had a child with her. That child had also shown signs of abuse. But the case had been closed without trial. Why? Because Vic was the son-in-law of a powerful city official. They had covered it up, and now Sam was the next victim. He had never spoken at school, but his body spoke louder than any words. One night, Sam's mother, Ashley, left a bag at Sarah's doorstep. She didn't want to be seen. Inside were Sam's old-school notebooks and a small audio recorder. We played the tape. It was Sam's voice, whispering. I told my mom, but she didn't believe me. "Sometimes he comes in at night. He hurts my arms. He put me in the bathtub once. Poured cold water." Mom watched and didn't say anything. That tape was enough. We went to the police again. This time, they listened. But before they could act, Ashley went missing. 3 days later, she was found dead. In her bathroom, head trauma, blood on the floor, a metal pipe beside her. Vic had silenced her just like he silenced Sam. He was arrested immediately. At the trial, I testified. So did Sarah. So did the neighbors. All the evidence, videos, audio, witness statements, pointed to Vic. The court sentenced him to life in prison. The school principal, two teachers, and a child welfare agent were also held accountable for knowing the truth and staying silent. Sam's story became national news. The government launched an emergency program to monitor child abuse in schools. Laws were changed because one boy's pain finally reached the world. His voice, once ignored, is now remembered. If you ever hear a cry, don't walk away because the next silent child might never get the chance to speak.